and what it is in the business plan. All right, so let's get the ball going. Before I move any further, is there anyone here for the first time tonight? Just put a one in the chat. A one in the chat for anyone who's here for the first time today. Okay, I see one. Welcome, welcome. We truly appreciate you. This is a very good, energetic room. Everyone here has been, I don't know, it's just been amazing. So there's 2-1. So thank you guys for being here. I had a few people signed up, and honestly, to be honest, I have over 80 people, 80 people sign up for this program. And so far, I think we had maybe about 26 people per night in the room. And this shows you that a lot of time we sign up for things and we don't show up. And we sign up to things because it interests us, but we don't show up. And then when we don't have progress, we are wondering why there's no progress. Is because we're not showing up for ourselves. And if you're not able to show up for yourself, you're not going to show up for your business. Like, you have to be this dedicated where, look at me tonight. I'm going from my event to someone event to my coach event, because I know 2022 is elevation season. And I'm already manifesting, like, no word of lie. On Monday, after I did Monday Live, just a little side note, just to show you how manifestation work. On Monday, after I did Monday session with you all, I was so pumped. And I said to myself, there was 2 things that I said to myself. I said, as soon as this is done, I'm going to start doing a proposal to send to colleges and universities so I could do event speaking. Yesterday, I got booked for a college. Today, I got a call. Today, I got a call to speak in Tallahassee, Florida in May, just like on my phone. So these 2 just came to me without me putting in the work. But it's that manifestation. You got to put yourself in that season, in that era where you're manifesting what it is, but you got to put the work in. And when you put the work in, people will recognize you, people will see you, and you will attract the right people. And with that note, tonight's session lead into that, is that positioning yourself as a business owner. So let me go ahead and share my slide with you guys. Thank you guys for the applause. Okay, so tonight we're talking about our brand. Let me, one moment. Sorry. Kitty, where do you go for the slideshow again? I forgot.
Right above insert.
Insert. No, I want to do the show, slideshow. Where is it?
Yeah, the very top.
Very top.
All the way up where you're, yeah, keep going up further, but above the insert.
Oh,
yeah, there
yes.
you
go. Thank you.
No
See,
worries.
teamwork.
Exactly. I got you.
Teamwork, teamwork. Okay, so welcome to day 3. Day 3, and I'm so excited. Honestly, for me to show up every night this week is amazing. And I can't think of another time that I'm going to be able to do this. I'm going to do challenges, but it will not be 5 days. There's no way I could see myself anytime next year have 5 days to spend with you guys the way I'm doing it right now. So, I'm happy that I'm able to do it. I appreciate you guys for showing up, and I hope you guys appreciated me for showing up. Everything that I'm teaching you guys are things that I'm able to implement in my business. And this right here that I'm teaching you guys would have saved me a whole lot of money. I restructured my business 2 to 3 times because I did not know what I'm about to teach you right now. And I had to go back to school. I had to invest in a lot of coach to learn exactly what I'm going to teach you tonight. And ever since I learned this right here that I'm teaching you, my business started to excel. Like, I start attracting, I don't advertise, I attract my ideal client, because the brand and the visualization, everything plays a role. Okay, so let's go. So today we're talking about branding, which is very, very important. So first we're going to start talking about your audience, right? And like a lot of us, when we say we want to go in business, there was someone here last night that was doing an app, right? For the Black community. or if you were selling, say, clothing line, right? Or if you're a coach, a life coach, you need to know who your audience is. And this is crucial. Like a lot of times, say, for instance, I'm doing business consulting, and I could say, I am a consultant for anybody who want to start a business, or for all women, right? And one of the things that I've learned is if you're targeting everyone, you're targeting no one. You got to narrow your niche down to the T. You got to be so specific so you attract exactly who it is that you want. So right away, I could think about the person that was doing like the app for the Black community. Definitely the word Black community need to be in his messaging. So he's not attracting an agent people, or he's not attracting people who are going to call him. And it's like a dead end because these are not your ideal client. A short story, when I launched my organization for the developmental sector, I launched it at a 3-day disability expo. And because I'm coming from a background where I've worked with over 100 different disability, I thought I could serve everyone, right? Because I had this intense background training. However, I learned real quick that everyone was not my audience. I learned real quick that I don't want to support everyone, and not everyone need my service. So I narrowed to the T, where now I'm only supporting individual with complex needs and behavior. That's it. So if you call me and you are asking for a different type of service, right away, I'm able to say, well, I'm not, there's no match right here, but I could refer you to someone else or whatever. So knowing who your audience is the key. For this kind of company, my Get His Concept company, I know I'm targeting individuals who want to start their business. Like I could help anyone in business, but I'm so targeted that business startup is my target audience. Do I get other audience? Yeah, you will get other audience, but you need to be so specific. Like, don't be afraid to be specific. Don't be afraid to think that I'm going to leave people out if I'm too specific, because this person could use me and this, yeah, they could use you. And if they need your service, they're going to come to you for it. However, you need to make sure you're targeting the right audience. And if you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one, and you're not going to attract exactly who is for you. And your business will not grow. Because who are you speaking to? You got to speak to someone, right? Next, what do you have to offer that your competitor don't, they're not offering, they're not providing right now? And when I say about this, I remember, I think it was day 2 where I talk about, you can have 3 gas stations in the same intersection, but each one would get their client. Is because each one is offering something. I like petrol because I like the points. That's something. What the points does for me is different from what the points might do for you if you go to Esso. So what is so unique about you? You need to find your uniqueness within your sector, within your organization, within whatever field that you're going into. Because guess what? There's 101 people doing the same thing that you're doing, but you need to find your uniqueness. What can you offer that no one else is offering? And it could be something as simple as customer service. It could be something as simple as the colors or the material, or, for me, what I offer that most companies not able to offer within my disability business is that I do just mainly community-based program, right? And I customize my program exactly the way you want it. So yes, it's a customized program in the community, and I'm able to do, just cater to that niche. In Get His Concept, what I focus on is the business structure. So yes, there's a lot of people that doing business startup, but there's not a lot of people that's doing the structuring part of it, where is the piece that nobody sees. And I teach it to all my clients. So when you come to me, I'm not just helping you start a business, I'm teaching you how to, implement these strategies. I'm teaching you how to ensure that whatever it is that you implement within your business, you know how to run it, you know how to manage your business. And that's where the coaching come afterwards. And anyone that work with me know that they're able to contact me. If I'm not able to talk to you at that moment, I will find time when I'm available. The next one is, what's your why? It may sound cliche and people use this all the time, but it's so important. Your why need to hit you to the core. It needs to hit you so hard, you can't breathe. My why, I cannot work for somebody else again. I am so tired of being mistreated. I'm so tired of, people don't, how would I say, value my worth. I'm so tired of, no offense to anyone, but being that dumb Black girl, even though you probably be that one that trained them to do their job, but because of the color of your skin, you're not qualified enough, you're not worthy enough. I'm tired of people treating me less than I am. So the thought of me going back to work for somebody else made me sick to the core. Like I feel it in my core. So my why is so strong. Like it needs to be that strong. You would get up at 5 a.m. and do what you need to do. You will stay up late and do what you need to do. You will show up and show out when nobody else is showing up for you. You will show up and show out even when people are talking bad about you. You will show up and show out when no one believes in you. And what I want you to know is that, remember, the vision is here in you. Right? Could you please mute? The vision is in your head. The vision is your vision. And if people don't understand your vision, don't be offended by it. Recognize that it's your vision, it's not them. God did not give the vision to them, He gave it to you. So you can't be upset that they don't understand or they can't see something that's in your head. Nobody could know what's going on within you. So it's for you to push for your vision, push for your dream, push to make sure that, whatever it is that you want come to reality. I'm a household of 6. I have a husband. He has his own vision. I have my vision. And yes, people might say, well, you must have the same vision. Yeah, we have the same vision for our family, but Nikisha's vision is different. And Iman's vision is different. And what I want, what I feel within me, my husband can't dare feel what's in me. So I have to fight to make my vision become a reality. I can't be responsible for his vision. And yes, he's going to benefit from my vision, but I have to make sure my vision comes to reality. Don't tie your vision to somebody else's vision. Make sure it's your vision. Make sure your why. For some people, why could be your kids. For some people, it could be a family member, right? So make sure your why is so deep that you will never give up. You will fight. You will fight because it's that detrimental to you, right? Okay, so I'm going to move forward. Any questions so far? Okay, I'm going to keep moving. Did I skip something? Hold on. No. Oh, okay, yes, I did. Okay. Again, it's about your audience. Where do your audience live? Where do they live? And when we say this, if you are doing an online business, like for myself, for Get His Concept, it's online. I could serve anyone from anywhere in the world, right? So I could say my audience could come from wherever, right? And because I'm already on Instagram, I could go on Instagram and see where my audience, I could go into the stats and see who are following me and said, okay, these are where my audience are from. Now, for my organization, my audience is within the GTA, and the GTA is huge. So I have to be so specific where I'm like, well, do I want to go all the way out to, I'm in Brampton, I'm based in Brampton. Do I want to go all the way out to Newmarket, to Scarborough, right? How far am I willing to travel? Where do I want my audience to live? How can I serve my audience effectively? Right? So you need to narrow it down that much so you know who you're targeting. And when you put your message out there, they know who you're asking for, right? What's their age group? And sometimes again, people are like, well, my business, anybody could use my business, right? Anybody could benefit from my business. Yes, that's true, but we need to narrow it to the T again, because remember, in order for your business to be out there, you got to advertise, you got to market your business, and you need to know exactly who you're speaking to. The way you speak to an 18 to 25-year-old is different from how you speak to a 25 to 35-year-old. And the way you speak to a 35 to a 45-year-old is different than how you speak to a 45 to a 65-year-old. Their life journey looks different, their language is different, what they've gone through is different. So you need to know what that age group is. You cannot speak to a 25-year-old the same way you speak to a 45-year-old. Like, it's very confusing, right? Because the language is different, what they've gone through is different, where they are in their life is different, what they've overcome is different. Everything about those two genres is different. So you need to know your audience to the T. So you know exactly when you put the language out there, you know how to speak to that language. I could say for myself, I could say, well, I've gone through this and I've gone through that and I've gone through that. I've had, most people in their 20s, or when I was in my 20s, I didn't go through what I've gone through now that I'm in my 40s, or even when I was in my 30s, right? Everything was different. The pain that I feel now, I didn't feel then, right? So you could target people who are going through chronic pain, or you could target people who are baby boomers, or make sure that you know exactly who you're targeting, who they are, based on the product that you're selling, right? It's harder to sell life insurance to a 25-year-old and easier to sell life insurance to a 45-year-old and a 55-year-old and a 35-year-old, right? An 18-year-old life insurance, what's that, right? So you need to know exactly who you're targeting. Identify their interest and why this is important. Like if they're interested in traveling, that's where when you're doing your marketing, you're able to implement your journey, some traveling within it, because if that interests them, then you're able to get their attention, right? So what are they interested in? Are they interested in like whatever it is? So knowing who they are, where they live, and their interests will help you with the marketing and your message. And when we talk about marketing and messaging, we're talking about right through your brand. So we're looking at your website, your flyer, all your social media page, like everything needs to be speaking the same and feeling the same. And it needs to be so consistent right through, right? Identify their pain point. I speak a little bit about this on Monday. I say you should have 3 pain points for your ideal client. What is it that they're experiencing, right? You have this service, but you need to know that your audience need this service or this product. What is it that they're experiencing? And then once you know what they're experiencing, 3 pain point that they're experiencing, now you could solve their problem. So let me see if I could give an example. So say for instance, I'll utilize myself. If you were doing a nanny or a nanny service, right? And that's what you're doing. The pain point could be busy moms, right? She's too busy and she need a nanny. The pain point could be the pain point for something like that could be someone with seniors at home, and they're taking care of their kids or taking care of seniors, or whatever it is, right? So what are their pain point where they need your service so bad, and your service is going to solve their problem, and because your service solved their problem, they're able to do more, right? I remember just before COVID, I was going through I remember going from school to work, right? To work. So I was doing school and I was doing 2 jobs. So I was very, very busy, to the point where I tell people all the time, he's turning 13. I have no clue how that child was raised. Like I was never there. I was always at work. I had a nanny for my kids, and honestly, that nanny was a blessing. But because my life was so busy, I needed that nanny, and she was able to solve that pain point. Right now, I miss her. I don't miss her because I have the pain point. I miss her because my house, the responsibility that she took over, now I'm doing that, right? So I'm like, I need a nanny, but I don't have the same pain point. So now I really don't need a nanny. I might need a house manager, right? Someone to manage the house, because the kids are older and I have time to interact with them more. So my needs are changes too. So you got to think about that too. If your audience pain point shift, like during COVID, a lot of people pain point shift. You got to learn how to pivot your business as well, right, to the new pain point, and pay attention with what is it that your audience need from you. So yes, you might might have an idea like, I want to do this, but then people are coming to you for XYZ, right? You need to pay attention to the XYZ and provide that. That's what they need from you, because they're telling you, this is my pain point, this is what I need from you. Now you need to solve that problem. Okay, are we good so far? Yes? All right. All right, so these are questions for you to ask yourself, and you need to be able to answer these, right? What are 5 words that best describe you? Like that best describe you or how you want to feel and your brand. So remember, you are your brand, right? So when you're thinking about these 5 words, they need to describe you and your brand. Because when you show up, depending on what it is, at one business, I'm not the brand, the next business, I'm the brand. So it depends on what it is. You need to know what word describe your brand, right? And when we talk about that, it could be like, do you want your brand to feel warm, happy, motivated, welcoming, right? And think about when you go to somebody else's brand, how does it make you feel? What are those words, right? Do you want it to feel intimate? Do you want it to feel mature? What are those words that describe your brand or you, right? Who inspires you? And this is important as well because we all need someone to look up to, right? We all need someone to motivate us. And when you could find that person that motivates you or inspires you, and when you're feeling like, oh my goodness, I don't want to show up today, I can't bother, I'm not making, I'm not doing as well, I'm not making the money that I want. You could use these people that inspire you, go on YouTube, read their book, and they will uplift you again. So write at least 3 people that inspires you and follow them, right? And make sure that you're listening to them and you're seeing their growth. So their growth will help you grow. Because it doesn't matter who it is, they're growing. Oprah Winfrey's still growing, right? And you see the growth. Like she closed one thing and she opened up something. They're not stopping until they die. You shouldn't stop either until you can't go anymore. Why do you want to start your own business? Back to the why. You need to know why you want to do what you're doing. And that why is what's going to hammer you, push you to keep going. What are you good at? And when I say what are you good at, sometimes we try to figure out what is it that we want to do. I'm going to use myself as an example again, where I said, okay, I've worked with over, maybe over 80 to 100 different type of disability due to the environment that I was coming from. So yes, I could do a whole lot of stuff. There's so much that I could do. However, I am good with behavior. I'm good with individual behavior, right? So yes, I could serve all these different type of disability, but behavior is what I'm good at. So I specialize in behavior. Again, with Get His Concept, there's so much that I could do. I have, if you're close to me, you'll know like all the different things that I'm able to do. However, I enjoy business startup. I enjoy the fundamental part of the business. So I focus on just that, right? What's your story? Your story is important to your brand. People are able to connect to your story. Don't be afraid to tell your story. You need to share your story so your audience can connect with you. We are emotional buyers. We don't want to see the fluff. And that's why people watch reality shows, because they want to see that these perfect people have problems too, right? We all have problems. And then once we see the problem, then we're like, so you're just like me, right? I could understand that now, right? So don't be afraid to tell your story. Your story is what's going to make you or break you, because people are able to connect with you. They want to feel like you're one of them, right? We're emotional buyers. Everything that we buy is from emotions, right? Why do I choose Esso over Petra? I'm going to go back to the gas station. It's how I feel when I use my points, right? It's what Petra does for me, right? I have a Royal Bank account. Petro-Canada is connected to Royal Bank. There's that familiarity there, and the benefits are there, right? Why you go to Esso? How does Esso make you feel? What the familiarity to Esso, right? Are we good? All right, we're quiet tonight. All right. How does your brand make people feel? This is very important, right? How does your brand make people feel? How do you want people to feel when they come to your brand? Do you want them to feel happy? Do you want them to feel sexy? Do you want them to feel at peace? Do you want them to feel whatever it is that you want people to feel, your brand need to know this. And these questions, honestly, when you answer these questions, what I want you to do is do this before you even create your logo. When you're creating your look, remember I talked earlier on Monday where I said you need to research your brand color. Whatever color it is that you choose, you need to research it and make sure it resonates with your brand. So when you answer these questions, you do that. So when you're doing when you're creating your website, when you're creating your logo, you could say, well, I want my brand to feel like this. I want my brand to look like this. This is my target audience. This is this, that. So when you're able to answer these questions, whoever is designing your website, designing your brand color, designing your marketing material, they're able to bring all this to life. But if you don't know, like, well, I just want a logo, which a lot of people do. Well, I just want a website. You're going to get exactly that, right? And you're not going to be represented properly. And you want to make sure that everything about you and your brand is represented properly, right? What look do you want your brand to have, right? And one of the ways to really know what look you want your brand to have is by looking at other brand, other website, go through it and ask yourself this question: how does this brand, whatever brand that, if you go through my website and you like my website or you like something about it, what about this? Ask yourself, what about this that I like, right? How does this make me feel, right? And then what attract me to this brand? And there's something about this brand make you stop, make you want to shop. You know, there's certain brand you just keep going. Like, okay, this is not for me. You have no idea what they're offering. They might have a service for you, but you know right away it's not for you just by how it feels, right? We're emotional buyers. So what look do you want? Look at other brand, and whatever look that you resonate with you, you could mimic. Yeah, right. You're not copying, but you can mimic some of the things from other brands, right? Everybody does it. Every single soul does it. You're not copying, but you can mimic. Well, I like the way this brand feel. Can I get this feel? And when you're sending out for work to be done, send examples so people understand what you mean. It's one thing to say, well, I want it to feel warm. Give them an example of what that warm look like for you, right? Because warm for you might be different for me. Don't just let someone create something for you and your brand. Remember, this represents you, right? And this is what people see when you go out there. What is the main value your brand brings? Right? And when I say main value, what this means is, does it bring hope? You know, does it bring joy? What value? When I come to your brand, when I get your service, what does it do for me? Again, what pain point are you solving? What is the result? Right? What are some brand, and again, I speak about what are some brand that you like, right? So you need to research other brand. Very, very important, right? The feeling associated with your brand, we talk about that. You need to know, like earlier, we talk about the five feeling. How do you want to feel? Objective, right? Your brand colors. Research your brand colors. You need to know the font. And all this will go into your logo, the texture. How do you want, some people like lines, polka dot. Maybe you just want it clean. So you want like a plain background. Maybe you want it to be vibrant, so you want lots of colors, right? Depending on who you're servicing, and what is it that you're offering to them, right? So all this is important. And for your logo, everything here that I'm talking about, your logo need to represent that. Your website need to represent that. Your banner, your flyer need to represent everything that you do. If you notice, everything that I do is yellow and blue. My website, and I have like white, and because white for me represent freedom, so you'll see white across my brand as well. Because the clouds, I love the clouds because I feel like I need to be free to just be me. I need that freedom, right? And for me, like I like beyond, I could go as far as Nikisha wanted to take herself. So that's where that white, the cloud, like I could just keep going and going and going and going, because there's no stopping you. Once you get in those clouds, you could just keep going. You could elevate as far or as high as you want to elevate. You get to choose where you want to go with your business, with your life, with your future, with your dreams. right? Now we're going to talk about your audience. So based on the pain points of your audience. Now, what I want you to do here is think about your audience and give her a name. So you could give him or her a name, like say John, right? And you put John name down here, or and when you talk about John, I want you to write, just describe John. John is 50 to 65 years old. He is a high school graduate or university or a doctorate. John has John has a wife and 2 kids. John loves going on vacation. He loves riding his bike. John likes to read. Like, just describe John to the T so you have an idea who John is. So when you're putting your message out there, when you're making your offer, when you're doing your product, you're creating your product for John. If you don't know who you're creating your product or offer for, how can you create it, right? So you need to have a description of who this person is. Now, because you're doing your business startup, whatever product service, I want you to write the name down, right? When you want to launch your business. So this is where that comes out, right? I have Lead Magnet or freebies. So Lead Magnet is just like what I'm offering here right now. This is a free program that I offer, and this is my lead magnet to get you in front of me. So you could see my work. So you could see what is it that I'm able to do for you. And what a lead magnet does, it attract exactly who is for me. Everyone here right now that I've signed up, all 80 people, whether they show up or not, they are interested in starting a business, or they might have a business and want to learn how to grow that business because right now they're not getting the result that they desire, right? So that's what a lead magnet does. It brings your audience right in front of you, right? Or you could offer freebie. That's another kind of lead magnet. What can you offer for free? I'm offering 5 hours of my time to you for free, right? To get that audience there, you got to attract them. And it doesn't have to be something like this. Like for my other business, I offer free consultation, right? So what can you offer to attract people? I offer free consultation. I offer transportation. And trust me, when I say free transportation, I pick up and drop off. People are excited. You do what? Nobody else does that. All right, you're for me. What automated system do you need? Right. And depending on the type of business, you don't want to be doing all these work. Like I'm on social media a lot, but I'm not on social media a lot. There's days when I'm posting like 3-4 times a day. That's not Nikisha. That's an automated system. I know you guys got emails on top of emails about this program. That's not Nikisha. That's an automated system. I don't have time to be sitting down sending you email every morning at 8 o'clock. For the past week, because I'm home, I've been sleeping till 10. But I guarantee you got an email at either 8 or 9 o'clock while I'm sleeping, right? That's so you can use system to help you show up in front of your audience at all times. There's a whole lot of system. And depending on your business, that's how I help my audience. My clientele will figure out what system it is that you need within your business to help your business achieve whatever success, because you don't want to be doing these physical work. It is draining, right? But the planning part you have to do, and then you set up the system, and then later on you could hire, once you have those systems going, you could hire people to operate those systems for you, right? Your website, you need visibility. If nobody could see you, nobody know you exist. And then one of the key thing about visibility, a lot of people think because they have a website means that everything is good. We all have website, not everybody is visible, right? So what you need to be able to do with your website is whoever is designing your website, there's things that they need to implement within your website so that you're visible. There's things that you need to do on Google. There's things that you need to be able to do so that you're visible. So say if someone in Brampton right now, Google disability program near me. You could try that if you want. Guess what? If you're in Brampton, just Google disability near me. Beyond services, Choice Matters Inc. will pop up. I guarantee you, it will be in the top 5. That's what you want. Most of my business come from Google. Most of my business come from people just looking for service, because you need to make sure that your website is visible. A lot of people have website is not visible. So that's where you make sure whoever is creating your website, whoever is doing your business, whoever is helping you, they know how to make sure that you get that visibility. Okay, if nobody could see you, you're no, it's hard for people to get what they want. Okay, so Jackie have a hand raised. Go ahead, Jackie.
Sorry, going back to where you mentioned guaranteeing that when you Google disabilities, your business is in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something special that you have to do
Yes.
for
Yes.
that to happen?
Yes.
And I
Yes.
trust you're going to touch on that.
Not tonight. That actually, so that is the technical thing that you have to do. It's all in the back end. So
Okay.
that's all in the back end of your website, all in the back end of Google. So it's not stuff that anyone see, but it's how you position it. It's all the language that you put in it and how you set your business up. So whoever is designing your website and stuff, they need to know how to do the back end work. And make sure those keywords are in it. Make sure that there's a whole lot of technical stuff that that you need to do to make sure that's set up. Like I've seen organization who's around for 30 years don't pop up, but I'm around for 5 years and I pop up. It's all about making sure that you position yourself.
Okay. All right. Thank
So
you.
some of it I'm able to do. Others, my web developer does, right? But we work side by side. So what he's able to do, he does, and what I am able to do, I do. So that's why I have a team, because I don't know everything, right? And I'm not able to do everything. So that's why I work with a team. And then marketing material. What marketing material do you need? Do you need a flyer? Do you need business card? Do you need brochures? Whatever it is that you need to write those down, right? So you know exactly what it is that you need. And so whenever you see a successful business, someone once made a courageous decision. All right. And you all just made that courageous decision to be here, to show up, and and starting that wheel to becoming your own boss. And honestly, I want you to realize that you're needed within this world, you're needed within this environment, and I want you to show up and show out for yourself, for your business, for your children, for your future generation. I want to see everyone on this live, everyone that joined me, succeed within their business, and that's why I do what I do. So is there any question? We have about 3 minutes. Any question? Okay, so for those of you who are a bit late, I decided to end the live at a bit earlier tonight. And the reason why I'm ending the live tonight a bit earlier, because Kadeen, she's here. Say hi, Kadeen, let us see your pretty face. Miss Cooper. Oh, she probably stepped away. So Miss Cooper has a visualizing your future goal and intention session starting at 7 o'clock. And I'm inviting you all. Okay, DMD, I see that you have your hands up. I'm inviting you all to join. And the reason why I want you all to join is because honestly, we all need to learn how to be intentional. Be intentional with what we're doing. Be intentional with our goals and know how to manifest it. Manifest everything that our heart desire. I said this on Monday. I'm going to say it again. Everything that you desire, it desires you too. Remember that. Everything that you desire, it desires you too. The universe, God, everyone is going to give it to you. You just got to put the work in. You just got to show up. That's it. Show up, do the work, and you will attract everything else that you need for your business. I'm going to say hi to DMD. You had a question?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I just got this this notification from Eventbrite today, so I just signed up. So I'm still at work. I didn't know about it. So how can I get the previous
The replay?
recordings?
I will be sending out the replay in the email. And if you guys haven't received the email, just email me back the replay. Just email me and let me know that you haven't received it. I'm trying to do it on YouTube. so that it's very accessible to you guys and there's no glitches. Because sometimes when you use other app, there's glitches and you can't open. So I put it on YouTube. I've got one person that said they couldn't open it. So I'm going to go back on YouTube and try to see where the glitch is there. But if you haven't received it, just let me know. And Monday night, we weren't able to, I forgot to record it, but we have tonight and we had last night.
Okay, so my time is mountain time. So you started before I leave work at 4:30. So I'm not it's
6
until
p.m. So 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'm not sure what that is for mountain time.
just 4 because I'm in Calgary.
Okay. So 6 p.m. Yes. So 6 p.m. and I'll do the same thing tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to talk about business blueprint, which is how to write your business plan.
Oh, I'm gonna miss that too. So that's the problem.
Okay, don't
as
worry. I'm actually going to redo this challenge next month, and it's going to be at a later time, which is 8 o'clock. So for some people, that might work best for them as well.
Yeah, 6 will be working because
Yeah.
with the 8. So another thing is that for me is that I just need to learn how to get traffic. So
Okay.
I'm not, yeah. I just need
So-
to know how to get the traffic and how to ensure that the clients are coming in because my
So the
business
traffic is all about
health.
your branding. It's how you brand yourself. It's how you show up. It's how you tell your story. It's how you, everything that you put out there. And if you don't know who you're targeting, that's where it's hard. So that's why it's very important for you to know everything about your ideal client, who they are, what age they are, because you need to speak to that audience. You cannot speak to, so think about your product. Honestly, I target me. I target myself. So when I'm thinking about messaging, I'm telling my story because I'm targeting people who are in my position. So it's easy for me to speak to my audience, right? But for somebody else, it might not be themselves. So what is it that, what kind of service you're providing? Say for instance, if you're providing tutoring program for children, right? Your target audience cannot be children because they can't pay for you. Your target audience are parents.
Right.
Right? So knowing who, so a lot of people are like, well, but it's a kid's product. I have to target kids. No, kids cannot buy your product. You got to target, you got to feed into the parents, like their emotion, their feelings, right? What are those language that you're using for someone to, really, I want that service, right? You want them to think, like when you see a commercial on TV, it makes you feel like, oh, I really want that, right? Because you feel it in your core.
Yeah, I know in terms of who I'm targeting, but in terms of the, I already know who I'm targeting. But in terms of how to translate that to get the clients.
So that's where you have to, honestly, that is something that you have to learn to do.
Okay.
So how to write your message and how to show up, it's honestly, you have to learn to do that. And those are stuff that I teach as well. So
Okay.
it's all in the messaging. It's all in the messages, all in how you're showing up to that audience, because you want to attract them to the point where when you show up out there, like whichever way you're showing up, whether within your community or social media, how are you showing up? So you could attract, remember, you're attracting them to you.
This information is not in the workshop?
And this where honestly, if I teach you everything in the workshop,
no, I'm just asking.
No, not for this workshop.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it might be in tomorrow night because I'm talking about the business plan. So it might be in there because those are things that we put in the business plan as well. Your marketing and stuff like that. So that will definitely be in the business plan piece.
All right. I know I'm going to be not going to catch everything, but at least I'm going to
try to show up and you'll get a replay as well.
I don't think I have your email address, but I did DM you in
if you sign up,
Instagram.
Okay, so that's you. So
yeah, because I
no
couldn't get it.
I'll make sure you get it. Yeah,
okay.
So no problem. I'll make sure you get it. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
I'm going to ask everyone who want to show up to the visualization workshop to go in the chat and copy this link. I'll give you guys a few minutes to send the chat. Just copy that link and take 5 minutes to go get a cup of tea. Honestly, I recommend you all show up if you're able to. It's going to be about 2 hours long. Okay, did everyone get it? All right. Thank you all for showing up tonight. I truly appreciate you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a great night.
Thanks, Acacia.
You're
Appreciate it.
welcome.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
I have a good one.
Bye. Good night, guys.